superload of sugar that you consume to make up for the energy shortage during a chronic stress reaction makes your pancreas hyperactive. Over time, this hyperactivity disturbs your cells in the pancreas to such a degree that it won't be able to produce sufficient insulin anymore. Well, that explains diabetes. Our absurdly high sugar intake eventually exhausts the pancreas, our insulin factory, which explains why obesity and diabetes, too, have become a silent epidemic of our time. Bye-bye fat burning. As long as you're stressed, burning fat becomes almost impossible. So you can run that treadmill all you want, but if that only causes an even higher cortisol production, it will only make you gain. That's because your cells need oxygen to be able to metabolize fat into energy. Unfortunately, stress keeps oxygen from reaching your cells, leaving you dependent on carbohydrates for your energy. Hello, sugar cravings. It's therefore not a consequence that fast food chains, soft drink companies, and vending machines have boomed since the 80s when the development world saw steep economic growth. Corporate culture and its eat or be eaten attitude became glamorized, altogether spiking our stress levels to new, unfamiliar heights. Done with stress? Get more calm with our guide to more peace in everyday life here. 2. Chronic stress shrinks our brains. The impact of stress stretches beyond the shape of your body. Neuroscientists at the University of California, Berkeley, recently found that chronic stress triggers long-term changes in brain structure and function. High levels of cortisol over long periods of time wreak havoc on your brain, literally causing it to shrink in size. Chronic stress shrinks your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for regulating behaviors like concentration, decision-making, judgment, and social interaction. It also kills, shrinks, and causes loss of synaptic connections between neurons in the hippocampus, the part of your brain that is vital for learning, memory, and stress control. When the hippocampus weakens, so does your ability to manage stress, as well as to learn and remember things. Shockingly, chronic stress eventually sets the stage for more severe mental problems like depression, and eventually Alzheimer's disease. My goodness. 3. Chronic stress makes us sick. A chronic stress response not only changes your brain, but also damages many of the other organs and cells throughout your body. It lowers immune function, disrupting the body's ability to heal itself, making it vulnerable to infections. The adrenaline pushes your heart to beat faster and heightens your blood pressure. Too much of it eventually results in hypertension. At the same time, an overdose of cortisol disrupts the function of your artery walls, one of the contributing factors of cholesterol plaque in the arteries, and even arteriosclerosis. Nice, but not so nice because I don't know how to say that. These two processes combined become a ticking heart attack and stroke time bomb. Chronic stress also disrupts your intestinal nervous system, which is responsible for moving food through your gut, leading to irritable bowel syndrome. It can also increase your gut sensitivity to acid, making you more prone to heartburn. Stress even negatively affects the quality of your gut bacteria, upsetting your digestion and leading to poor overall health. Most alarming, though, is that cortisol makes us store a dangerous visceral fat layer around our organs. Visceral fat increases the production of your immune system's cytokines, which further increases your risk of developing chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease and insulin resistance. Stress even accelerates the aging process by shortening telomeres, the ends of our chromosomes. Telomeres are responsible for the preservation of your genetic code during cell division. With each cell division, the telomeres get shorter, which is why we naturally age. But when telomeres become too short too quickly, a cell can no longer divide and dies, resulting in accelerated aging. Other health problems linked to chronic stress are anxiety, ulcers in the stomach, headaches, acne, hair loss, sexual dysfunction, fatigue, and irritability. Start reversing the effects of chronic stress. There's no need to get stressed about being stressed. There are many ways to reverse the effects of chronic stress. Of course, life will always keep throwing challenging situations at you, but what matters is how you cope with them. We highly encourage to start valuing stress reduction in everyday life. It'll change your life in all sorts of positive ways. And think of it this way. You cannot be there for your loved ones, team, or clients if you don't put on your own oxygen mask first. Now, the extremely stressed out bees always tell me, quote, "I ain't got no time for that. Relieving my stress is a luxury I can't afford." You know what I'm saying? My answer to those of you is the following. You're of no use to this world when you're burned out, depressed, in a constant state of anxiety, and when you lose your health. The most powerful stress-busting tools. Need to calm down and get a hold on your stress? Fill in your first name and email below to grab your copy of Calm, the most powerful stress-busting tools proven by science. Now, I love to hear from you. What's the single biggest obstacle standing in the way of your stress relief? What action can you take today to overcome that hurdle? Your beautiful fellow go-getters and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What you've got to say may help and inspire others to embrace self-care too. Also, when you know someone who needs to hear about the effects of stress and how to reverse it, forward this to them right away. Love, I'm so grateful to have you here with us. Naymate X. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to share that to my Facebook. Just got to change it, but I got another one I'm going to read, and we're going to go to the quote of the day. But this is powerful because, you never know what what triggers our health. And it's funny that I read this article tonight because I was wondering, like, I've been talking to a few friends that I've been knowing over the years, and one is a diabetic, and they do have to take insulin. It's just pills. They're not poking themselves, but still, it's like, it's so close to you. That's just an example of how close you can be to having these issues. But it's one thing to have them, but it's even worse when you don't know why and what's causing this sugar thing. And I'm so over the diet regimens and stuff. What is the problem? Let's get to that. Can we naturally lose weight? Like, do we have to get tired and run our blood pressure up like it was saying to just be at an accurate weight? Or are you meant to be that weight at this time in your life? I know that's something I would argue with this. And you can find this too on www.healthcoachfx.com /stress-body-mind-solutions/ So, get in there, share it on Facebook with your friends. I've had a lot of people talk to me in the course of a couple weeks here, stressed out, and their health is like really the results of how stressed they are. They got to take all this medicine. They got a cold. They're getting the flu more often. They're getting sick every single year when it was like once, maybe 5 years. Somewhere along the line, somebody is really not taking care of themselves in a way where they're afloat. And being chronically stressed is just not the deal. So let's get rid of the, the stress and comes and how to stop it. So I think this was a great topic for that because we are dealing with a definitely epidemic as far as the diseases that they were talking about, But I'm here to tell you that there's no really quick fixes in life. You just can't quick fix everything because that's not always good, especially with your health and with your overall well-being. And that's what I got out of it at the end of the day. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And I was looking at this article. I gotta go back a ways because I was really looking at this quick fix article, and I think it went perfect with that. It's called 5 Things That Have to Happen Before You Fix Your Crappy Life. It's a little explicit, so I'm going to skip over the little cussing. Kids are still up. Even though it's school tomorrow, my kids happen to be asleep because I had to put them on a sleeping regimen ever since they were babies. So I don't play the 9, 10 o'clock thing. Like, you're in the bed at a certain time, so you can get up at a certain time, and you're refreshed, and you're ready to go, and you're ready to go to school, and you're ready to learn. So in terms of this article, people are really frustrated about certain things. And they're getting to the point where these quick fixes is not seem to be working. I know that breaking point, how you handle that is so important. But what you do after that is even more important. So this particular article kind of goes along with that. So I'm going to take another quick break and try to share that last one on Facebook just so you can follow along with me and what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I'll be right back. Don't touch that dial. 1. So on that note, quote for the day. What happened? Has karma just doomed you to a life of doom? Why even bother pulling in all this work if you're never going to grind or never gaining ground? So, 5 things that have to happen before you fix your crappy life at www.cracked.com. January seems to be the worst time of year for realizing how screwed up your life is. Everyone is talking about resolutions. You're recovering from all the money you spent on the holidays. Taxes are coming up. It's the